Welcome back to the course Forensic Chemistry. Our today's topic will be on the classification of beverages. We will see what is beverages, what are drinks, and what are the different types of beverages. So, basic requisite are basic knowledge about the organic chemistry and very much concepts about the molar chemistry, mole concepts, how to form the standard solutions, and their analysis. Objective would be what is the term beverages actually mean? How we can classify the beverages? What are non-alcoholic drinks? What is this particular process known as carbonation? How does term alcoholic beverages signifies for? What is the significance of beverages from the forensic point of view? Now let's start with the introduction. So the term beverage is originated from a Latin word bever, which literally means rest after work. So a beverage or drink is a type of liquid which is specifically prepared for the consumption of humans. There are vast variety of drinks which can be classified as non-alcoholic drinks, alcoholic drinks, vegetables or fruit juices, and soft drinks also. In addition to fulfilling a basic need, beverages have become an intermingled part of culture of human society. So we will see how we can classify the beverages. So that the beverage is very vast as it incorporates a number of drinks. In it each of them is differing in its content, its manufacturing process, and also therefore we can classify beverages into major two broad categories. And the classification is on the basis of alcohol percentage which is present in it. So on that basis, we have two major types of beverages. One is non-alcoholic beverages and second one is alcoholic beverages. So here is a flow chart in which we can see this particular classification of beverages. So beverages classified into two major types, alcoholic beverages, non-alcoholic beverages. So alcoholic and non-alcoholic. Now we will see what are the subcategories in non-alcoholic and alcoholic beverages. So in non-alcoholic we have two further categories. One is of non-carbonated and second is of carbonated. Then in non-carbonated drinks we have examples like tea, coffee, fruit juices, fruit nectars. Then in carbonated we have examples of cold drinks and soda. Then if we talk about the alcoholic drinks, so we have two types of drinks. One is from the grains and second one is from the fruits. So in the fruit category, we have again two major kinds of drinks, non-distilled and distilled. And in the same way in grains also we have distilled and non-distilled drinks. Now the examples of fruit non-distilled alcoholic would be like a wine, and brandy on other side is a distilled alcoholic drink. Then in the gram side we can see beer, which is a non-distilled alcoholic beverage, and whiskey, which is a distilled alcoholic beverages. Now let's see more about the non-alcoholic beverages now. So what are non-alcoholic beverages? Why we are calling them the non-alcoholic beverages? So the common name for these non-alcoholic beverages is a virgin drink. So most of the time these words are used for other synonyms. So non-alcoholic beverages is a type of beverage that contain less than 0.5% alcohol by volume. It means if a particular drink contains alcohol which is less than 0.5% in volume, that drink will be called as a virgin drink or non-alcoholic drink. Now, non-alcoholic version of some common and popular alcoholic beverages such as non-alcoholic beer, which is also known as near beer, cocktails, mocktails are widely available in the market. And some drinks like sodas, juices, etc. contains no alcohol. But non-alcoholic wines and beer undergoes a process in which alcohol is removed, which may still leave alcohol in traces. That's why some states have legally restricted non-alcoholic beer and wine. On the other hand, certain beverages contain stimulant drugs, prominently caffeine, which is marketed as physical and mental stimulant. Such drinks are commonly known as energy drinks in the market. A non-alcoholic beverage could further be classified into non-carbonated and carbonated drinks. Non-carbonated beverages are such drinks that are not added with carbon dioxide, or we would say sealed with carbon dioxide. A list of non-carbonated drinks would include water, your juices, milk, and some form of coffee also. Now we will see what is this process of carbonation. So carbonation is a process in which we use carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is a compound which is made up of one carbon and two oxygen atoms. And carbonation is the process of adding carbon dioxide in a liquid under high pressure, and most often to improve the texture, taste, or both. So this is a purpose for adding carbon dioxide in drinks. Now, carbonation in some cases may occur naturally, like in underground water, which absorb carbon dioxide underground, or artificially by application of pressure. Beer is another naturally carbonated beverage, and the fermentation also generates carbon dioxide as a byproduct. In artificially carbonated beverages, where the pressure is released by opening of the bottle, carbon dioxide escapes out in the form of small bubbles, which causes effervescence or fizz in the solution. So we can see whenever we open a drink, suppose for example we open a Pepsi or Coca-Cola, within a minute when we open that drink, we can hear that this kind of sound that suddenly releases from the bottle. That is due to the carbon dioxide. That carbon dioxide is now released because pressure is released after opening the bottle. Now there is another term which is known as country liquor. What are country liquor? We also commonly know them as a Indian made liquor, or we generally call them as a Deshi Sharab, which is commonly used terms. So what are country liquors? So basically it's a brewed and mostly sold locally. They are generally sold in the local markets. They don't have any trade relation with the foreign countries. They are generally sold nationally. And most of our country liquors are retail in northern states. Ethanol from the molasses and grains are used in north, while palm and coconut are used in south for the producing the country liquor. So these two are the sources of glucose which are commonly used. In the northern side, there is the more amount of molasses and grains we can get molasses from the sugarcane industry, because molasses is formed as a byproduct. So that's why the cost of raw material will get reduced, thereby they directly uses the molasses. Then they also use the grain in north, and in the southern part we can see the vegetation have more amount of coconuts and palm are usually grown in the south, so we can use them as a source of glucose, and that's why they use it for the brewing and for the fermentation of the liquor. So liquor manufacturers in India largely uses ethanol distilled from the molasses, which is basically a byproduct of sugar production. So procurement of this natural resource plays a decisive role in Indian made foreign liquors and country liquor production in India. For that reason, sugarcane farmers, molasses producers, and alcohol distillers are central participants in India's liquor production chain. Country-made alcoholic beverages are prepared from any cheap raw material available. For example, they can use sugarcane, they can use rice, they can use coarse grain, anything they can use as a source of glucose. And country liquors is manufactured in authorized distilleries and traded from unapproved outlets within the same district. And the common variety of country liquors are like Arak, Deshi Sharab, Tari, or we call them a Tadi or Todi, and Handia, an Adivasi and tribal drink in Orissa, and are widespread among the poorer sections of the population. So they have a very limited amount of consumer base. Okay, generally they are restricted to certain tribal areas or certain regional areas, some local areas. Okay, and they have their own way of producing a particular drink. They don't follow any standard protocol. They don't have dealers. They don't have proper outlets. Okay, so this all these things occur at a very small scale in a very limited way. There is no protocol for checking the quality of these kind of drinks, nothing. So Fanny, which is also known as cashew Fanny, which is an alcohol distilled from a fermented juice of apple of the cashew tree and is prepared with particular pot still through a series of distillation. So these all are the example of country liquors which are not following any kind of BIS specification or standard protocols. So these are the references. Thank you.